All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Readers. We are continuing our AI sector review. Before I go on, I have a sincere request, okay? I would love to cover more AI stocks. Please let me know if there's any other ones you want me to look at. Honestly, aside from these three and then the ones I just covered on the first video, I don't have too many more, and I would really like to, one, personally look at more, and two, yeah, just make more AI videos, because again, I love this sector. I think it's really shown its strength the last couple days. I think the fact that we haven't gapped down after falling below all the moving averages, come on, that shouldn't happen, and it just shows the strength of the sector. Shows a little bit of what a horizontal moving average cluster can do too, right? But again, I sincerely doubt this would have done anything other than fall if it was outside the AI sector, all right? So, man, I love these stocks. So again, please let me know what else you want me to cover. Otherwise, before we get more into the details, what are we gonna do? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how things are setting up. We have our 5 moving averages, these horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, look, if you can please like, share, comment, just anything. It really does help with the YouTube algorithms. But honestly, just watching this, just being here, I sincerely appreciate you and your time so much. All right. So I am not perfect. I am not all knowing. I make mistakes, sadly, more often than I'd like. And if you disagree with anything, hey, throw it in the comments. All right. We're just educated people sharing our opinions. You know what I mean? So not financial advice, but yeah, here to see what we're all thinking, right? So let's get into it. And again, I mean, I started by covering the real big things. Last time I made the video, we were here. We were under all the moving averages. We actually were under all the moving averages here. Try to go back, and you often hear me say, day after the doji is really telling. That was pretty telling. And I'm more surprised we didn't even need to use the 129 line, let alone that we didn't come down sub 1. You know what I mean? So just again, I sincerely believe it had a lot to do with the sector. From there, look, I often say anything can happen when the moving averages are this tight in what I call a horizontal moving average cluster, all right? First off, it's been a good while since we've actually been over this 100, right? So in a lot of ways, it did its job as the last moving average here. It tried to suck it back in. We actually get ourselves back over the 8. Am I really satisfied? It's weird, right? It obviously 2 dojis don't count, okay? But the 2 dojis get us over the 8 and actually break the biggest candle to the left, right? We're in a realistic, gap down to a red situation to where we actually should come to the 200 moving average at around 217, 216, right? Even maybe 215 down, yeah, 212 even, whatever. That's actually not a bad place from where we're at right now, right? It's what, 20 cents on that thing is actually not that bad at all. So yeah, and again, from there, these two might be a little difficult to break, right? Because they are relatively close to each other. You got to imagine the next couple days are going to keep coming closer to each other, and it might make this like 220-ish range a lot harder to break, right? But look, there's no lines I'm going to draw, right? Obviously, I would draw one here, but at that point, you're fighting the 20 moving average. From there, you got the 50 moving average. I guess I could have drawn one here, because yeah, if you break this, you've got a lot of reason to believe you're at least going to come here, if not to, yeah, really to that, I think, for sure. So, my goodness, yeah, gotta love this, right? And again, I think it all just goes back to, I can't believe it didn't fall. I have to say this, though. I'm not entirely convinced yet, though, right? Because again, we do get one good break. These two do stay over. I think it's just really a lot of, okay, because look, I talk about the spacing between moving averages being an important factor to me, right? These two are which is way too close for comfort, The 8 on its own is super important. This one, though it's not the 200, it's the bottom of the cluster. So it becomes that like last one unintentionally, right? So it's not going to be easy to break this, then immediately this. And I think the 2 dojis weeklies kind of show that, right? But again, I said it, I would have said it on this day. Dojis don't count, next day should be telling. I have to say it one more time. Dojis don't count, the next day should be telling. I think we either gap up to, or at least fat candle it up to this 212 range that we talked about, or we might be coming to either 180 or maybe 170. 170 being 50% candle, and actually the bottom of this, I didn't notice that. Or 180 being basically the 8 moving average, right? 178 exactly. But I think those are the two extremes that should come with a double doji. Where are we on the weekly? Oh man. All right. So, all right. We're at least over the line. What did this actually open at? 190. Okay, so if we can get to 190, we'll at least be on par with that line right there, the weekly one right there. Obviously, I want to get over the 20 moving average, and that might be that gap up that we talk about tomorrow, right? If we can close tomorrow at that 212 number, we will hit the 20 moving average on the weekly. That'll be beautiful, because look at that staircase that at least makes us believe we'll come to 330, right? If you're a little patient, it can hold the weekly, right? And where does 330 put us? 330 might put us around the 50 moving average by the time it gets up there, right? Because it'll take us a bit to get up there, and it looks like this bad boy is still going up, right? So, man, this one's interesting. I think tomorrow should be very telling for real, all right? What was the weekly 20 at? Sorry, I didn't want to click there. What was it at? 204. No, I think 204 is too low. All right, I'll take 205. 205 close is good enough for us, all right? I'd love 212, but let's hit 205 right here. Cool. All right, SOUN. Again, how does this look? I don't know much about this stock, all right? I don't know if they have a tech. I don't know if, like, for real, what this thing has produced or anything, all right? All I know is the word AI is the second thing there, right? But how is this thing going up, and other just names that should have been and would have been going up a couple years ago, cough, cough, EV stocks going down, right? Just food for thought, right? But again, kind of zooming out, I generally say green, 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 which pretty much should have easily turned to red, 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 red. So like it's not as obvious a gap down as BBAI that we just saw, but I'm so surprised we did this, and really it's actually the exact same like setup, right? Big monster one, doji, and look, this guy ends down here. This guy at least ends right here. So though it couldn't crack this candle like we just saw, it actually closes higher than this one. And same comment, right? Breaking this one moving average by itself isn't easy. The 8 is no joke. There's a reason why it's rule number 1, right? Obviously rule 1.5 is that 20, but that's a hard break. Right behind it, look, this isn't the last one necessarily, but it's the last one in the cluster. It's the last one in the cluster, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5th one. So this becomes naturally the hard one. And, you know, it's kind of doing a slow and steady thing that I don't mind too much, right? So, again, what's going to have to happen? Where's this bad boy at right here? Look, bring us to 208. I would love a close at 208, 209, and man, that'll really make me believe that we might be coming to this 250 range, okay? I would hate to drop down to 185. I would hate to drop down to 180. 180 being 50% candle, 185 being that 8 moving average, right? But yeah, let's crack the candle on the 13th. Even by a penny, let's just get close to it, right? That'll get us over the 8, and yeah, we will, you know, knock on wood, nothing's guaranteed, right? But red, 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 red might green, 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 green us, right? So, and then again, after that, there's like another little step that might even just bring us to 4 real quick, right? Obviously, I drew my line up here, but yeah, maybe something here will get a little noisy, but we'll talk about all that after the 200, right? For now, same story actually as the last one, so I'm not going to spend too much. And actually the same story, what number is this? Yeah, again, 203. Give us that 205 number we just talked about, and we'll take care of the weekly as well. I'll be real interested to see how those close out. I love the fact that AI did well today, so that gives me a little bit of hope here, right? GFAI. Okay, so look, this one's kind of the lone dog in the group. All right, it's not quite in the cluster as we wanted. Ironically, the 20 is, and I don't think ironically was the word, but whatever. The 20 is very much in a different place, right? Almost all the other ones we've been talking about had the 100 as the next one. So I don't like that we're in a place where oops, hold on. I don't like that we're in a place where it looks like the 8's going down and the 20's going down. That's actually not a good thing. I also see we've seen this little kind of same curve that on the MACD, but I don't like the RSI. We're actually technically still under the 8. We're still under this line. So I would consider 503. I'll set an alert for 503. I actually wouldn't mind knowing that. 503 could be an interesting spot because that might take us all the way up to this guy, right? Because again, break 503 and you maybe I should raise this a little bit. Damn, I just set my alert. Okay, so I should actually set it to 510. Let me go ahead and set an alert for, I'll actually even set it for 511. 511 should red either to right here. I'm not gonna lie, maybe even to at least, let's call it 7, give or take, right? So interesting to say the least. But otherwise, I wouldn't be surprised if it keeps going down, right? It actually is pretty much at the 50% candle line. So this very well can come to 411, if not actually a little bit lower if bad things happen. But this is under the 8 and under the 20 with both lines going down. This is actually the worst of the bunch so far. So I'll look at the weekly, but I can't imagine the weekly looks good. Yeah, that's actually the worst weekly that we've seen for sure, right? So be careful if you're in this one. But yeah, that is, oh, okay. Is Bullfrog. Bullfrog's another one. Hold on. Bullfrog AI. Nice. Okay, cool. Damn, I could have made a 4-4 one. All right, my bad. So, you know what? I've gone a little. Okay, let's just cover this one. I'll cover it real quick. Look at where we're at, okay? This is the all-time low support line, okay? It lost it, gained it, lost it, gained it, all right? This thing is doing its job. I don't know the math behind these, but I do see a green line that looks like it's going up. That's good. I wish it was positive, but that's good. I wish the RSI looked the same, right? But so far, volume's been a little missing. We definitely need to get, closer to the 1 million than the 100K for sure, right? But I would very much be interested over this. Yeah, at 280 is really what I'd consider the money line, because you get 280, you see a whole mess of red that might take you to 315, if not this 350 that we got here. What's this number right here? Either 315, 330, or 350, right? That ain't that bad at all. But right now, I think it's a little bit of the same thing we just said with guard force, right? We are under the 8, we are under the 20. It kind of looks like the 20's at least trying to not go down as steep, right? It would have gone like this otherwise, but yeah, it's not really going up. It's just kind of going down at a less steep pace, right? Which is good, but not good, right? So yeah, I'm actually still a little more pessimistic until it does a little more work. I'm not here to be a rah-rah fan, right? Very, very proud of this 265 line, but yeah, definitely still needs a lot of work. There's probably there's nothing really worth talking about the weekly. So cool. I'm glad I got to sneak this in. Hey, let me know again if there's any other stocks I can cover. Otherwise, hey, thank you.